Welcome back to Daily English Learning episode. Dr. Chen, our inbox is flooded with this question. Why do accents trip up even advanced learners? Is it just vocabulary, or is something deeper at play?
Great question, Alex. The real challenge comes from how our brains process language. Most learners are exposed to a neutral textbook accent, but real-world English is a patchwork of diverse pronunciations and rhythms. Our native language shapes what sounds we notice or ignore, so unfamiliar accents can be mentally exhausting. Think of it like running a marathon in a new pair of shoes.
So it's not just about not knowing the word sits like our brains have a preset filter. Does this mean struggling with accents is normal, not a sign of failure?
Absolutely. In fact, MRI studies show that listening to an unfamiliar accent literally activates the brain's stress center, the right hemisphere, while familiar accents stay in the left, our language comfort zone. That's why British or Australian movies can feel like decoding a puzzle, even if you know every word.
That's fascinating. It sounds like accent shock is more about biology than ability. Can people actually train their brains out of it?
Yes, thanks to neuroplasticity, your listening skills can adapt with targeted practice. But you need more than random TV shows. Intentional strategies make all the difference. Let's dive into some practical tools next.
Let's talk solutions. Dr. Chen, what's your proven toolkit for conquering accent confusion?
I recommend a 3-step process. First, identify your personal blind spots. Take a quick quiz. Does walk sound like work to you? Can you spot the difference between can't and can't in fast speech? These are common pain points for many learners, depending on their first language.
Interesting. Once you know your weak spots, what's next?
Step 2 is targeted ear training. Use apps like Elsa Speak Filter for your challenging sounds. Try YouTube channels that focus on pronunciation. The key is to repeatedly expose yourself to those tricky sounds, not just general listening. Step 3 is shadowing, but with a twist. Mimic only the rhythm first, not the words. English is a stress-timed language, so getting the da-dum beat correct can boost your clarity even before you perfect each vowel.
How do regional accents fit into this plan? It seems overwhelming to master them all.
Great point. Focus on the big 3, North American, British, received pronunciation, and Australian. Master one before tackling tougher ones like Scottish or Irish. It's like learning chess before you try speed chess. Build your foundation first.
Let's pivot to some common myths. Dr. Chen, what misconceptions hold learners back from making real progress with accents?
The biggest myth is that you need a native-like accent to be understood. In reality, research shows that 95% intelligibility is the sweet spot. Perfection isn't necessary. Another myth is that children always learn accents faster. Yes, kids are more adaptable, but adults with conscious strategies can actually improve more efficiently.
That's encouraging. What about the belief that just listening more will do the trick?
That's a common pitfall. Passive listening, like having the TV on in the background, rarely leads to breakthroughs. Active listening is far more effective. Predict what comes next. Notice how words link together, wanna, gonna, and focus on stress patterns, not just individual sounds. This approach rewires your brain faster.
So it's about quality, not just quantity. Before we move on, what mindset shift would you recommend to anyone frustrated by slow progress?
Embrace the idea that your accent is a unique part of your identity. Aim for clarity, not mimicry. Even native speakers struggle with unfamiliar regional accents, so you're in good company.
Let's get actionable. Dr. Chen, can you walk us through a 1-week plan for boosting accent confidence? Something listeners can start today.
Absolutely. Here's your 7-day accent confidence challenge. Days 1 and 2, identify your top 3 confusing sounds, like V versus W or R versus L. Days 3 and 4, spend 5 minutes daily mimicking just one of those sounds using online resources. Days 5 and 6, watch a short TV clip from a relevant accent and write down at least one stress pattern you notice, like, I didn't do it. On day 7, record yourself saying 5 tricky phrases and compare your recording to a native speaker's.
That's clear and doable. For learners who feel self-conscious about their accent, do you have any final advice?
Remember, your accent is your linguistic fingerprint. The goal isn't to erase it, but to communicate clearly and confidently. Even between natives, accents can cause confusion. Just ask a Londoner about Louisiana Cajun. So, keep practicing, measure your progress, and celebrate every breakthrough.
Fantastic insights, Dr. Chen. Listeners, don't forget to subscribe our channel Daily English Learning episode. Join our 7-day challenge and tag us with your progress next week. We're exploring slang from 5 English-speaking cities. Stay curious and keep unlocking your English.